Hello, one and all. My name is Big Rich X. Welcome to the channel, to the stream, and to the page. I'm a variety streaming, CoDCasting, trash talking, professional yapping person, and I play anything and everything except horror because I don't feel like pooping my pants on stream. I stream every day and every chance I get because I love playing video games and the community that I've built, and hopefully you join it.
Hi, hello, welcome everyone. I'm Watch Holly. This is Big Rich X. We are talking about on season 4 of my interviews, offline growth. Rich, go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, you already know my name. I stream to Twitch, Kick, and YouTube with the occasional TikTok sprinkled on in. I've been streaming for about 6 years now and actually just celebrated my affiliate anniversary last week on Twitch.
Ooh, congrats.
It was a lot of fun. I didn't see the notification in time, so I didn't have any like super big stream planned up, but I just saw it and I was like, oh, hey, it came and went. So just on to the next day.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That happens to me all the time because I don't know the days and like keep track.
It swings through and by and does. I'm just like, okay, I'm here. I'm just doing my thing.
All right, perfect. So let's talk about offline growth for a second.
Yes.
Which social media platform do you use, and what's your offline strategy that has contributed the most to your Twitch growth?
Oh, YouTube Shorts for sure. I mean, occasionally I have a clip pop off on Reels or TikTok, but YouTube's algorithm has been the friendliest to me and the kindest to me thus far in terms of just viewerships and clips translating into live stream viewers. Is like, hey, saw your YouTube short, had to pop in here, wanted to check you out. So definitely YouTube Shorts is my main go-to like social media platform.
That's really cool. The moment when you put all the work into the shorts and the videos and then someone comes in your stream like, oh yeah, I saw your short. You're like, no way.
It worked. Something's working. You wanted to see more of me? What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about kind of how you get that content onto the shorts.
Yes.
What's your content pipeline and how do you repurpose your VODs to do that?
So I'll be posting clips from a previous stream before I go live, and when I post like a long form video on like every week or so, mainly because then as like clips will typically, syndicate through the first like 24, 48 hours, and then it's on to the next one. So I try to post before I go live in hopes that it translates to that live viewer. Twitch is great for easy editing and just exporting clips outright, so I typically do that, and just sometimes if it's like a big stream coming up, I'll just do blanket coverage and it's just getting as many clips out there as possible. But for longer form content and the occasional clip that I think needs a little extra spice, I'll use DaVinci Resolve since it's easy to use and free for the most part.
Yes, we love free.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Okay, nice. That was a really good idea to post it before you go live. I've never heard of that. So let's talk about how often that you post on social media. You say it before streams, and then you also said you stream every day. So do you post every single day?
Yes, I post short form daily as much as I can. Granted, life is going to happen and you have to make sure to separate work and life balance and managing that, but I try to post at least one clip a day and then one long form YouTube video weekly. I found that pairing the short form and long form together can be incredibly effective because on YouTube you can link short form videos to longer forms just like right in its video. So when people are scrolling, oh, there's another longer video about this, it gets them in your algorithm, as it were, a bit more. And the balance anyways that I've found is that you don't want to overwhelm people with clips. It's all obviously you want quality over quantity, and trying to stand out is huge. The other thing I found is that as long as you have like clips in your like sort of in your pocket, if you're sick or you're going to be out of town, you're not going to be near your setup, the biggest thing I found is having clips at the ready, so that if for whatever reason you don't stream or you miss a day or whatever happens, you can still get content out there.
Yeah, no, definitely, for sure. And do you keep those clips at the ready in Twitch themselves or somewhere else?
Typically, I leave them in Twitch. Occasionally, if it's like an edited clip, I'll have it in a Google Drive. If I know I'm going to need it later, I'll just download it like straight to my phone, or I'll send myself the link to download it. So then I can just be like, okay, cool, I'm on my phone. I have 10 minutes to myself. I can get the caption right. I can get the hashtags. I can share it, so on and so forth.
Hmm.
Boom. And then I'm back to whatever it is I was doing.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's smart. So what is your best performing piece of content and why do you think it worked?
Oh man, I mean, this was a shocker to me, but I was streaming League of Legends
Hmm.
on YouTube, and for whatever reason, it was I went back and checked all the stats of it just to make sure I had all the little things to see what it could be, and I checked the VOD afterwards, and it got over 50,000 views.
Oh,
I've had
wow.
never had any piece of content on any platform do that well since or before. And it was just I played League of Legends for 6 hours, and I was like, okay, it's December, so it's around the holidays. People are going to be on their phones. People have more free time. It was a Friday night, so again, more people are probably on their phones doing something to just scrolling through. League of Legends is one of the most viewed games to this day, despite it coming out in 2009, I believe.
Mhm.
And I was raging and getting a bit mad, and I was playing ranked, which also does really well, and I was bronze ranked at that. So I think maybe it was the people following the storyline. Maybe does he rank up? Does he rank down? Does he rage out? Does he break something? Which I thankfully haven't done because equipment is expensive.
Right.
Um, but I think I was just, it was just a good vibe and people are having a good time. Like I said, it hasn't happened since, so I don't know necessarily the tools to replicate that. But
Mhm.
usually, whenever I still play League of Legends, I can see it like pop up just a little bit above, like if I play Marvels or Call of Duty or something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, definitely. And let's talk
Yeah.
about other offline ways to grow other than social media.
Yes, of course. Collaborating is the biggest one for me, and being present in like a Discord space has been huge, and finding that community of people, even like fellow streamers. And there's just hopping into a Discord call with some people, and like not necessarily even streaming, but just building that rapport and bond with people for potential future events and collabs is massive. And I'm in one such Discord, and we always have helped each other in so many ways, and have just popped in and just been there for one another, even if we're not streaming. And we're just it's creating a bond with other people in that same space, but not necessarily treating them like coworkers. It's reminding yourself that at the end of the day, video games are supposed to be fun, and like sort of clocking out for a bit. And for those of you who are watching, you know who you are. I waffles y'all. That's an inside thing. I don't necessarily think I can explain it here, but
Okay.
they know.
Okay, okay, perfect. We can talk about it afterwards.
Yes.
Okay, so my next question is, you talked about that sometimes you would edit on DaVinci Resolve. What strategy do you use for the first 2 seconds of your videos, like kind of like the hook?
Oh, a soundbite. I
Oh.
think a word or a phrase or something that immediately grabs someone's attention is huge. Like, I've noticed, like with my clips, like I have to cut out like certain bits of like dead space or empty noise. Like I'm just focused or playing your game. It's only like when like something is like because I feel like people will be non-actively scrolling, but if they hear something interesting, like, oh, what's he reacting to? What's he saying this about that? So if I'm like screaming or raging at a game, I won't have necessarily so much lead up, just so that we can get immediately to the action. And that sound bite is huge, because visuals are important, but I believe sound adds so much more to
No,
to a clip.
yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And how do you analyze your content performance and then kind of adjust from there?
I mean, watch time is the biggest one for me on YouTube right now. So how much people are watching something of mine. I'm trying to get into the YouTube partner program, so I test different games with like live streams and clips and go from there. A certain game at a certain time and a different day will get better views and more engagement, and then sometimes it's not doing so hot. So it ebbs and flows, but as you pay attention to things and trends and what people are watching and what people want to actively watch and watch multiple hours of, I can find to be very fulfilling at the end of the day, and also very rewarding. It's a matter of just taking time to also do the research, especially with YouTube, since it's a bit older than Twitch and Kick. I feel like its algorithm is a bit more adapted to what people want to watch, and the quicker you can get into that sort of streamline, the better you're off. If
Yeah,
that makes sense.
no, definitely, definitely. And
Cool.
do you follow trends at all, or any like sounds? Do you add sounds to your TikTok or Reels, and how does that go?
On occasion, I tend to avoid like the trending sounds or like the songs or whatever that people are using more often than not, just because I find it difficult to stand out. Is
Mm.
like the reason I'm posting a clip is usually because what I'm saying rather than what I'm doing, and it doesn't necessarily match up with what I think my content's about. But like I'll use like funk music on the like on a gym edit, like a gym bro or something like that. But for the most part, I don't necessarily use like a trending audio, either because, okay, everyone's doing the same thing, or I don't necessarily have an original idea for it and don't want to just be like a cookie cutter creator.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. And my last question is there any
Yes.
advice that you would like to give other streamers trying to break into short form content?
Well, it goes to what you were saying earlier, multi-stream. If you can, and if you have the capacity in terms of like hardware and just like your bandwidth as a human being, multi-streaming is huge, especially to TikTok and YouTube Shorts, just because it gives you so much more presence on those platforms because you're actively streaming. If you're already streaming in the vertical format, it's a lot easier to syndicate clips that way. I've found because it's
Mm,
already vertical. You just need to copy and paste and then do whatever edits you need. So it saves a little bit of time on the back end as well. But
mhm.
um, by streaming vertically on those platforms, it encourages people to check out your other content a lot easier because it's just like, oh, this guy's got a nice vibe. What else is he doing? What is he posting about? What other games is he playing? And it hopefully gets people to ask those questions and to go down, eventually to get to your link tree, to get to your Twitch link, to wherever you're trying to direct your audience. And at the end of the day, getting more eyes on your content.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's smart, and let me write that down.
Yes, please do. There are so many different like free plugins and ways to do multi-streaming for free. Like you can use Restream and the other paid versions. I think Streamlabs even has one, and those are super easy to set up. So it's just a matter of, do you have that willingness to multi-stream, and do you have the hardware and the capacity to do so? Because
Mhm.
I mean, people's attention spans have only gotten shorter, especially with the emergence of all these like doom scrolling apps, and they were pretty short to begin with. So as long as you remain consistent with whatever you end up doing, you may not have thousands of people watching you, but you build that community, and it's incredibly rewarding.
No, I love that. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, Rich, thank you so freaking much for
Thank
being a
you.
part of this. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It was wonderful.
Oh, good. All right, we're gonna say goodbye to YouTube, and then I'll say goodbye to you afterwards. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye, YouTube.